Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you've been following me for a while now, you'll know that I actually make videos recommending against buying things and, staying as minimal as possible. I'm very anti-consumerism, and so I usually sit here and tell you all of the things you don't need or I'm not buying. However, I decided that it would be worth it to make a video of 10 splurge buys that I actually recommend buying and that have been tried and tested by me. Now, I want to make a disclaimer. You should not, under any circumstances, feel obliged to buy or even look into any of these things. I am not linking any of these products down below with affiliate links. I am going to write the names of the products, but I'm not going to be linking them because I don't want people to think I made this video to make some money off of these recommendations. These are things that I've had for at least a year. Many of these I've had for 4 or 5 years or more, and they're products that I put a lot of time into researching, testing out, using, and they've genuinely either made my life easier, made something that I love more pleasurable or more convenient. Maybe if any of you are on the fence about any of these splurge buys and you're wondering whether they're worth it, maybe if you like me don't really like spending your money only to find out that you don't like something, then this video is for you. I'm extremely grateful that I'm able to afford these things, I'm able to have these things, and again, there are definitely cheaper versions of a lot of these products out there. And so if I list anything that you love and maybe it's just not in your budget right now, then look for dupes and alternatives for this product because there are a lot out there and you could definitely find something similar. I do not buy any of these products on credit. I always save to buy these products in cash. Please only buy any of the products that I recommend if you're actually comfortably able to afford them. Do not feel pressured into putting yourself in debt because of these products. Now that I'm done making all these disclaimers, I'm going to start by telling you splurge number 1, which is probably my most used product on this list, and it is my iMac. I have this one here in light blue. I bought this in 2021. So I remember that I didn't pay full price for it. There was some kind of sale on it at the time, but I think I paid around $1,200 or something like that. And I work from home. So this computer is my main source of income, basically. I do all my work, I do all my YouTube stuff on there, and I needed something that was going to be powerful enough and recent enough to be able to keep up with the really heavy duty programs that I use, namely like Final Cut Pro to edit these videos. The reason I ended up going for an iMac is because my products are all Apple products, and so I like staying within the Apple line, but also I love the fact that this desktop computer has nothing else to it. So everything about this computer is just on the screen, like the processor, the chip, everything is on it. So the only thing that this computer has is the screen, the keyboard, and the mouse pad, obviously, and the cables to connect. And I just love this because it makes it easier to clean. It is very aesthetically pleasing on my desk, which of course I also love. And yeah, I just like how it looks. And again, for me, it's a purchase that made complete sense because it's something I needed for work. I will also say that I got the trackpad that goes with it. It doesn't come with it, it comes with a mouse. I don't love that mouse, and so I ended up investing in the trackpad as well. I've had this computer now for 3 years. I love it. It has the same speed as the first day that I opened it. It's just perfect for me. Like, the screen is big enough, it's fast enough, it has enough memory. So if you're considering buying an iMac and you've looked at this range of them, then I definitely recommend buying it because I'm very satisfied with it. The second product on this list, and it is definitely my second most used product on this list, is my Dyson vacuum cleaner. I have 2 dogs. They shed immensely. It is insane the amount of hair that these dogs release on a daily basis. And so we had a cheaper Philips vacuum cleaner. I believe it was about $100. And I just found that I was spending so much time vacuuming my house every single day. I felt that whenever I passed it over a rug, it wouldn't pick up all the hair, so I had to pass it a few times. I also didn't like that we had to buy bags for our old vacuum cleaner. That was also an expense. And the main thing is I found myself procrastinating on vacuum cleaning a lot because it required plugging in my vacuum cleaner. So the one I had was one of those traditional vacuum cleaners, and I would have to like plug it in, do the living room, unplug it, plug it back in to do the hallway, unplug it, plug it back in to do the bedroom. And the big chunky part of the vacuum cleaner, it like drags behind you. I started looking into the cheaper version of the Dysons because I'd heard a lot about them. When I went to the store, they told me if you're going to spend this much money on a Dyson, you should go for their higher range because that's when you get like the actual benefits of the Dyson. If not, there are much cheaper vacuum cleaners that do just as good of a job. And so I ended up going for the V12 Slim Detect one. It's this one. And the main perk for me with this vacuum cleaner is the laser. I actually vacuum clean at night, every night now, and I love vacuum cleaning with my lights off because I get to see all of the hairs. I'm gonna put footage so that you guys see what I'm talking about, but I get to see all of my dog's hairs, and the best part is I get to see that I've passed the vacuum cleaner there once and all the hairs from that area are gone. And so I genuinely feel like I'm getting something done when I vacuum clean. We also use this vacuum cleaner to clean our car because it's wireless, zero space to store, which as a minimalist I really love because it doesn't take up like a whole closet like my old one did. For pets, this one specifically, it's great. The suction is great. It's got all these different brushes for rugs, for flooring. Yeah, 100% recommend. I've had this for 2.5 years now, never had a problem with it. You do have to change the filters of them once in a while, but I found Amazon dupes for the Dyson filters, which are 1/3 of the price and they're the exact same. So that's a little hack for you. Again, I'm not linking any of these things because I don't want to get affiliate commission for any of these products. They just save you money and they're the exact same thing. Number 3, and it's, I would say the 3rd most used product, maybe. I don't know. Now we're getting to the category where I kind of use them evenly. The 3rd thing on my list is my Dyson AirWrap. This is probably the first thing on this list that was definitely a want and not a need. I tried it and I loved it. And now I'm completely converted to the Dyson AirWrap. I just find that it makes curls a lot easier. It dries my hair super fast, which I really love. I don't know, I just feel like my hair is less damaged. So this is probably the one item on this list that I'm gonna say, you know, like if you're on the fence and you can't comfortably afford it, definitely pass on this product. If you're on the fence and you can comfortably afford it, get this product. There are a lot of reviews out there about the Dyson AirWrap specifically. I have the most recent one, so the long tubes, like the long pieces, because my hair is fairly long. So I'm not gonna go too much into detail on the Dyson AirWrap, but for me, it's a splurge that was worth it. A second beauty related product that I'm not gonna include as one of the products on this list, but I just wanna give a special shout out to, is my IPL hair laser removal machine. That was also a splurge because it was, I think, $500 at the time. I have a whole video on that I'm gonna link up here if you're interested in finding more about hair laser removal at home. I went to see how much it would cost to get it done in a salon and then how much it would cost to have the machine at home, and I ended up figuring out that it's much cheaper to own the machine. I have been doing it for 3 years now, 4 almost, and my legs are basically hairless. I almost never have to use a razor, and I'm very, very, very happy with this purchase. I don't use this machine anymore. I had to use it for like a year in a row, and now my hair doesn't really come back, and so I'm actually planning on lending it to a few friends. And this is why I didn't want to include it in this list, because it is one of those things that once you've used it and it's done its job, you only really have to retouch once in a while. So yeah, I don't grab it every day or every month even, so I didn't want to include it, but definitely wanted to shout this out because it is a very good find. Number 4 on this list is hobby gear, and I left this very broad on purpose because I think that it's really important for you to splurge on things that make you really happy. And for example, for me, that's traveling. So I really love splurging on travel gear. If for you, that's for example, tennis, and this means, you know, buying yourself a cool tennis racket or whatever it may be, take this portion of the video as just like a reminder that it is very, very important, even as a minimalist, to kind of invest in good quality gear for things you love. For me personally, this is travel gear or trips, but I'll talk about those a little bit further down this list. Already heard me talk about level 8 gear. That's right now my favorite. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I made a whole video dedicated to level 8 packing cubes last week, and I'm going to make a video about level 8 suitcases in a few weeks as well, so that I can show you guys how they work. But level 8 suitcases are definitely my go-to suitcases right now. My husband and I are completely converted. They just have enough space. They fit all the criteria for low-cost airlines that we like to travel with. They're hard shells, so you know, it's very easy to close, but also very hard to damage the things that are inside of it. It's got like packing compartments, so it's really easy to spread out all your clothes. It's got a TSA lock, so if they ever need to open it, I don't know, I could talk about this bag forever. This one I will leave linked down below because from July 8th to July 18th or something like that, they're running like a big anniversary campaign for 25% off, I believe, or 20% off. And so if you guys want to use that and look at their bags and end up buying one for yourselves, I'm going to leave the discount code down below because it would be a pity not to share that. But yes, level 8 suitcases are my favorite. Buying something for a hobby that you love is a definite green flag for me, and so I decided to include it on this list. Item number 5 on this list is my iPhone 15 Plus. This is another one of those that I made a whole video about, so I'm going to leave the card for that video up here. I use my phone every day, obviously, and upgrading to the 15 Plus made it so that I had more screen, which allows me to edit my pictures better, edit some of my videos on there, reels, so I like having that extra screen. The camera quality is much better. It was one of the first times that Apple kind of did one of those huge jumps between camera qualities. I had the iPhone 12 before that, and so it went from like 12 megapixels to 48 megapixels. Battery life is still excellent, speed is still excellent, so I will keep you guys updated on that. But as of right now, the iPhone 15 Plus is a definite recommend from me. I considered getting the 15 Pro Max. I couldn't find a reason to splurge the extra $500 of difference between them. If you really care about like gaming on your phone, or I don't know, it's supposed to make it more seamless when you're scrolling on your phone, and I don't notice a problem with scrolling on my phone, so I didn't want to fix something that's not broken. Very, very happy with my purchase. So if you're looking to upgrade your iPhone and you don't know which one to look at, or you don't know which one to choose, this one is definitely a recommend from me. Purchase number 6 is our Nespresso machine. My mom actually purchased this for us for my birthday, and it is 3 years old now. It's this one. I'm gonna leave it right here, and we use it every day. Actually, my husband uses it a lot more than I do. It just makes these like delicious foamy cappuccinos. The espressos are also excellent, and it's really sleek. It's really thin, so it doesn't occupy a bunch of counter space on our kitchen, which again, as a minimalist, I love this. And you know, sometimes I even just heat up milk using it, so I get like this foamy milk to eat my cereal with. So it's something we use every day. It was around, I want to say like $150, something like that. It might be cheaper now because it's been 3 years. But yeah, I have friends who have it and love it, and so it's something that I recommend if you're looking for like a sleek, small, but efficient and good quality coffee machine. We personally don't buy the Nespresso pods. We buy like a cheaper supermarket version of them, and we're just as happy with them. We end up not having to just stick to Nespresso coffee if you're not a fan for some reason. But yes, this coffee machine specifically is a splurge recommend and is approved by me. Number 7 on this list is my Kobo e-reader. Again, one of those that I made a whole video about, so I will leave it linked up here. I made this video now, I think like 4 years ago or 5, but I've had the e-reader for 5 or 6. I have the Kobo Clara HD, and I know that they've released like newer versions of it, but I am extremely happy with this e-reader. To me personally, I don't think it matters if you get like a Kobo or a Kindle. That is personal choice, completely up to you. And I don't have anything negative to say about Kindles. I've never tried them. So I think the general recommendation here is e-readers. The main reason is I love to travel and I love to read, and bringing books when you're packing minimally is not very helpful, especially not at the speed that I read them. We just went 10 days on a trip, for example, and I read like 3 books in the space of 10 days. So having to bring a whole stack of books wouldn't have made any sense, and because I have my e-reader, I'm able to just like read on the beach. I get to bring as many books as I want. I get to buy books on the go. Most of the times, I think the majority of the times, the books have always been cheaper on my e-reader than if I bought them physically. There's a bunch of sales all the time. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to know more about what I'm reading. But yes, e-readers, Audible, all approved splurges for me. Obviously, Audible is a lot cheaper than an e-reader. I think, again, my e-reader was about $120. But I would say that it definitely has been worth the investment because I've saved so much on books and saved so much space on books, and you know, not had to carry all this weight in my backpack. Number 8 on my list is my Beats Studio 3. They're these ones. I bought these in 2021, so they're 3 years old now, and I love them. My ears are a little bit too small for earbuds to sit comfortably in them. My husband has the AirPods Pro, and I don't know, like every time I smile, they come out of my ear. I can't run with them because they come out of my ears, and I've never been a huge fan of like in-ear earbuds. So At the time that I bought these, I knew I needed something over here. I needed something good quality so I could edit my YouTube videos, but also like when I'm, you know, going around the house vacuum cleaning and I want to kind of cancel out the noise of the vacuum cleaner, or just, you know, talking to friends while I fold laundry. It's something that I find myself reaching for every single day. I will say that traveling with them is a little bit challenging because they are very bulky, so I tend to travel with earbuds. However, if I'm going on a long haul flight, I'm definitely bringing these with me because they're so good at canceling the noise. I also love that I've been able to change the pads on them, like the fluffy parts, because I sweat in them and everything. They sometimes, you know, erode, I guess, and start falling apart. And you can just Amazon them, and I've done this twice already. I think once every year and a half I have to do it. Makes them look brand new, very easy to assemble. So the Beats are a recommend for me if you're looking for good quality over-the-ear headphones. Splurge number 9 is my Canon G7X Mark II, which is the one I'm filming on right now actually. And I guess this is very specific to if you like videography and photography. Maybe I should have put this under hobby buys, but when I was making this list, I was trying to think of something that I use all the time, and this camera is something that I use all the time. It is super compact. It's the size of my hand. I'm able to bring it on all our trips. The photos I'm able to take on this thing are breathtaking. I'm able to make sit-down videos, but also vlog because it's just so practical. I used to have I still have the Canon EOS M50, I believe. Also a great camera, but it is like a DSLR. It's a big camera that it's, you know, you have to be careful when you travel with it. It's very fragile. This one is a pocket camera. I'm gonna go into too many technical specs about this camera, but if you are in the market for, you know, a camera to take on vacation with you, something that can be, I don't want to say tossed around, but definitely, you know, handled quite a bit, then Canon G7X Mark II is my recommendation. Last but not least, and I mentioned this earlier in the video, my number 10 are trips. I consider them splurge buys because they're definitely not inexpensive most of the times. We've definitely gone on a lot of budget trips this year, but we do travel quite a bit abroad. We went to, over the past 2 years, New York, Tokyo, Hong Kong, Dubai, Qatar, so a lot of faraway places, and they're definitely splurges. For me, there's not a single time that I think about these trips and I look back on them, especially because I film them and I go like, oh man, I wish I had saved that money, because we don't indulge in too much luxury during these trips. We get what we need. We get a safe, comfortable hotel. We fly economy. We eat a mixture of like restaurant food, but also like on the go hot dogs and pizzas and things like that. Trips fuel my soul. It's something I love to do. It's something I love to film and something I love to, you know, just record the memories of. And I just know that I'm never gonna look back on these trips and wish I hadn't done them. Again, I never put myself or my husband in debt for any of these trips, so we save way ahead of time. We have trips as part of like our monthly budget, so we put aside money every month for future trips. And so I definitely don't recommend, you know, getting yourself into credit card debt over traveling, but I do recommend setting a part of your monthly budget every month to put towards travel, even if it's as small as $50, and just indulging in some travel once in a while if it's something you love doing. If it's not, don't do it. This is just for people like me who would enjoy it and who do enjoy it. So yeah, these are my 10 splurge buys that I recommend getting as a minimalist. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it gave you some ideas on what to buy, what not to buy, and yeah, shop responsibly. Don't forget that being a minimalist also means putting more into less things. So maybe you don't buy 10 things a year, maybe you buy just one, but that one is more expensive and it brings you joy every single day. That's what I recommend focusing on and how I recommend thinking about it. If you did like this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below. Leave me a comment below letting me know which of these products you have and love or dislike or don't recommend, or any products that you would add to this list. I'd love to hear it. I respond to all of my comments. So yeah, let's talk in the comment section below. And with that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.